Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I am the City Escape Griller, and today I want to introduce you to my lovely wife. This is Shalene.
Hi everybody.
And as you know, or may not know, we got married back in November. And fortunately for us, we didn't put it off until springtime because now with this coronavirus, it definitely would have ruined everything. So we're very happy that we got married when we did. And we want to let you know that we are now up at our lake cottage. We have a little cottage on a lake up in Connecticut. And last Saturday, we left the city. We left New York City because the coronavirus was just taking over. So we got out of Dodge and we came up to the cottage. We have no symptoms, but we're just hiding out up here at the lake. And we're going to fire up the Weber Kettle today. I'm going to show you how to make these Baby Back Riblets. They're awesome and they're really great for the next time you have a party whenever this stupid coronavirus thing is over with. So stick around for some Baby Back Riblets. Today's recipe starts with a rack of baby back ribs. And you might be saying to yourself, isn't that 2 racks of baby back ribs? But it's not, it's actually 1 rack. And what I had the butcher do was take his saw and just cut right down through the middle of the rack, right through the bones. And most butchers will be happy to do that for you. And what we're left with now is 2 halves of the same rack, just with smaller bones. And this particular rack, it looks like there's just a little bit of membrane on it. I guess the butcher removed the membrane as well. There's just this little section right up here. Just pry a little knife under there and then grab it with a paper towel and it should peel right off. The next thing I'm going to do is take these 2 half racks and I'm going to cut them in half. So we've got 4 quarter racks of riblets. Then we're going to sprinkle on some rub. I'm using this one here that my kids got me for Christmas. It's pretty good, but use your favorite rub. And just make sure you get all sides of the ribs, front and back, top and bottom, on the sides. And as you can see here, I'm not using any adhesive or anything underneath the rub. The surface of these ribs is pretty moist already, so I think the rub will stick just fine. But if you wanted to, you could use something like mustard underneath the rub. They're your ribs. However you season them is up to you. And just like that, we are ready for the grill. As you can see, I've got some charcoal left over from last night. I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the chimney. And then the 2 fuels that we're going to use for the fire today, we've got some oak lump charcoal and we've got some Weber hickory chunks for the smoke flavor. I'm going to add in the lump charcoal, a crumpled up ball of newspaper, and ignite. About 10 minutes later, we've got some good flames coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and pour all these hot coals onto one side of the grill. And as you can see here, I used a Weber grill basket turned upside down as a separator to keep all those coals on that side of the grill. But if you don't have one of these charcoal baskets, it's no big deal. Just pour the coals over onto that side of the grill and it'll work just fine. Then give the grates a good scraping. Add in a couple of hickory wood chunks for that nice smoky flavor. Put the lid on and let this thing heat up a little bit. A minute or 2 later, it's time to add the ribs. That rooster is at it again. One of my neighbors has a rooster and he likes to go off not only first thing in the morning, but also anytime I'm shooting a video. And I typically leave the vent on the bottom of the grill wide open, and in this case I'm going to adjust the top vent to about halfway open. And we'll check on these ribs in about an hour. So here we are now, about an hour later, and the ribs are looking pretty good. They're coming along nicely. If you have some apple juice, you might want to spritz them right here. I don't have any on hand, so we're going to skip that part. But that's all right. They're still going to be pretty darn good. I can tell already, just looking at them. You can see that the meat is pulling back from the bone a little bit. So we're getting to where we want to be. Just tend to the fire a little bit here. Add in another small chunk or two of hickory wood. And then we're going to put the lid back on and let these indirect grill for another half an hour or so. And just like that, another 30 minutes has gone by. You can see the smoke. It's infusing these ribs with that nice hickory flavor. Kind of like bacon. And now we're going to add a little bit of glaze to the ribs. I'm going to paint it on with a brush. And what this glaze is it's store-bought barbecue sauce. This happens to be Casey Masterpiece barbecue sauce. And I've cut it with vinegar and water, so it's kind of runny and thin. I don't really like to use a very thick barbecue sauce on my ribs. I like it nice and loose, and I like it vinegary. And I'll just fast forward through this since everybody knows how to brush on some sauce. You can see the wood chips in the back starting on fire. That's alright, they'll smolder when I put the lid back on. And give these another 10 to 15 minutes to let that sauce set. Okay, so about 15 minutes later, these ribs are ready to come in. They're smelling great. I'm getting hungry. It's getting dark out. These baby back riblets are looking pretty good to me. So let's get them off the grill and into the house and in my belly. All right, folks. I'll show you what we're dealing with here. Cut up one of these little racks. Squeeze. Looks pretty good. Nice and juicy. Give it a quick bite. Hey man, baby back riblets. You gotta love them. So what'd you think?
They were delicious. They were very tasty, and the smaller size makes them much easier to eat.
Yeah, so this is the size we're looking at here. These are perfect. They're just so small and so nice. Great flavor.
Really tasty.
Yeah, if you're having a party, your guests are gonna love the smaller size of these ribs. It just makes for a nice little thing to nibble on, and without getting too messy. You know, you don't have a big rib making your whole face messy. These are delicious. If you wanted them a little bit more tender, what you could do after about an hour on the grill is wrap them in tin foil for about a half an hour, keep them on the grill for a half an hour more, and then sauce them after they've been wrapped. And that steam from inside the wrap is going to make them even more tender than these, or fall off the bone. But these are still good, just like this. Give this recipe a try. Have your butcher cut the rack right down the middle through the bones, just like I did. You're going to love it. You're going to love the smaller size, and your guests will too. If you like this video, please leave a like and comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, keep on grilling.